Welcome everybody to another exciting and adventurous episode of Megadad's Bonus Level. You give us a topic, we give you our stupid opinions. Megadad's Bonus Level is brought to you by our awesome, fantastic patrons over at patreon.com/megadads. If you would like to contribute to the show, both this one and our audio podcast Megadads Live, please go over to patreon.com/megadads, and for as little as $1 a month, you can be a part of the team. John, how you doing this week?
I'm super. How are you? I'm still sick from 2 weeks ago when we last did Bonus Level. This cold will just not go away.
You're
my lord.
You really dressed up for the occasion too in your white t-shirt, didn't you?
Do you like this? Yeah. It's not just a white t-shirt.
I'm wearing the exact same outfit
Megadads.
We were wearing 2 weeks ago when we recorded last.
I was actually just looking at, we need some new Megadads shirts, I think. Since we're going to E3 this year, I was looking at polos. I was looking at getting some polos with maybe embroidered Megadads logo
on the chest. Stupid.
What do you think about that?
I think that sounds stupid.
You like that idea, huh?
Yeah, it's a stupid idea.
How many should I order? 10?
How many can you wear at one time?
Ordered. Just did it.
On this week's episode of Megadad's Bonus Level, we've got a question, a topic from the host of Generational Gamers podcast and Sheldon Forgotten.
That guy.
Jonny Casino.
Big Jonny Casino.
One of our patrons. One of our friends.
One of our homies?
Funny story about Jonny Casino.
Do you? Tell me.
He lives in Texas. And
so you shouldn't mess with him.
I vacationed down in Texas around New Year's, as you remember, for a week.
I do.
And I texted him, and I'm like, hey, don't you live around here? And he's like, oh, yeah, where are you? And I told him where I was, and he's like, oh, yeah, I live about 10 minutes away from there. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. He's like, yeah, I don't want to hang out with you. Just stay away from me. Stupid Minnesotan.
Oh.
That's not really exactly word for word how it went.
But that's the impression you were getting.
But I did track him down at his home, and he called the police.
So now you're not allowed in Texas anymore?
Not allowed in Texas anymore.
That sucks.
But he was kind enough to send us a topic. So
well, that was nice of him.
We've smoothed things over a little bit. The restraining order is still in place.
But I mean,
what do
that doesn't count on the interweb.
That's the law. That's the law.
That's how those things work. If somebody else wanted to send in a topic or a question for us to answer, like Jonny Casino did, how the heck do they do that?
They speak to my lawyer.
Well, if you're not Jonny Casino and you're some other person who wanted to do that,
you email us at megadadsblog@gmail.com.
Oh,
you could also tweet us if you wanted to tweet us.
If you don't have emails,
I'm kind of sensitive about that.
About the tweets?
Yeah, don't tweet me too hard.
No, a gentle tweet.
Just a gentle, loving tweet. That'll do.
Is that a twit?
It's. I was going to say something else that would.
Don't. That's just no. So what did Jonny Casino ask us?
He wanted to know what video game and or movie as a youth did you have to hide from your parents that you were playing or watching?
I would never do anything like that.
You would do that a lot. You would do that way more than I would.
All I ever watched was just Don't Eat the Pictures straight every day, and that's just innocent.
Nobody knows what that is. Nobody knows what that is.
It's a Sesame Street movie. Google it.
Yeah, that's a fantastic movie.
That was a great movie. Man,
so
do you think that's available? Do you think
it's on YouTube?
The Pictures? Is it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Elliot and I watched it last summer.
Oh man,
good stuff. What's that?
You should stop watching this show and go watch Don't Eat the Pictures. That's what people should do.
So.
Yes.
Again. He wants to know what inappropriate, I would assume inappropriate, because why would you hide anything pure and innocent from your parents?
Unless your parents were really evil, and you would want to hide the innocence from them.
That's true. I guess I didn't take that into account. Mom was fairly evil.
Mom was kind of horrible.
Is
so,
neither here nor there.
Yeah. So, did you do that much? Did you hide things from our mother?
See, here's the thing. I'm the youngest of 2. And
3.
Let's not get into that. And you were a horrible influence on me. So anything that I had to hide was usually passed on through you.
That's true.
So
That's true.
I didn't have like a lot of access to horrible things unless you gave them to me. So the movie that I would think of that immediately came to mind. It's this movie with Sylvester Stallone and Sharon Stone and Antonio Banderas. I feel like it was called Assassins or something to that effect.
Yeah.
And there was a scene in that movie where Sylvester Stallone and Sharon Stone just drill each other to no end in the shower. And I remember you bought that on VHS. This was VHS days.
You're darn right I bought that.
And I remember just thinking, oh my God, what are we going to do if Mom ever finds out that we've got this Sylvester Stallone, Sharon Stone banging scene on a VHS tape? And it wasn't so much that I was actively hiding it, it was just I was terrified that she would find it.
Yeah.
I hope she's not watching this. Mom, the tape is long since gone.
Because we called her horrible, or because she'll know?
We wore that sucker out.
I'm trying to find the movie right now.
Pause. Rewind. Pause. Slow motion.
Okay.
Fast frame.
Okay. Here's the thing. I think you're getting your movies mixed up.
Am I?
There's a movie with Sylvester Stallone and Antonio Banderas called Assassins.
Okay.
And then there's a movie with Sylvester Stallone, Sharon Stone, and James Woods.
The Specialist.
The Specialist.
That's what it was.
That's
All
the
right.
one.
So that's the boobies in the shower movie. I don't know what the other one was. 1994?
1994.
Yeah, so I would have been like 14, 15 years old.
Yep. Hiding boobies from
worth hiding that.
Yeah, I remember that scene quite well. As far
as games, by the time that like mature games were a thing, I really wasn't giving a crap about hiding it. You know, like when Resident Evil was coming out, I was 17, 18 years old, I think.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't really give a crap. So to think of a video game that I would have had to hide, I would have had to go way back. And again, this was not mine because I was too young, but I remember on our Commodore 64, we had Samantha Fox Strip Poker. That was the game you picked, wasn't it?
That's the game I thought of immediately.
Yeah.
Samantha Fox.
Horrible Commodore 64 graphics.
Awful.
Can't even imagine what this looked like, but they were boobies.
Technically they were.
If you won the game.
This game, when I came up with it, I Googled it, and I think it came out in 1984.
So, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So I would have known nothing about poker as a 4-year-old.
Or boobies.
Or boobies, so...
Yeah. No, it was, us trying to figure out how the heck to play poker just to get to these awful pixelated tatas was just a complete waste of time.
Yeah, and an exercise in frustration.
Man, so disappointing.
I wouldn't be able to figure out how to play poker now.
No.
Much less in 1984 on a keyboard.
Yeah, Yep, that's the exact same game that I had come up with. That's hilarious.
Well, we really didn't play a lot of, dirty. I mean, there really weren't any games. I mean, like, I didn't care about God of War's, like...
No.
And even at that point, I was moved out, so...
yeah, I mean, back in the Commodore 64 days, games were very... I don't know, there was this weird gray area of, like, just weird, kind of, sometimes pervy stuff.
Right.
Because, we would get, like, a floppy disk that would have, like, 30 games on it.
It wasn't floppy by the end of it.
And you would just go through the list, looking through it all. And I remember a couple of them that had, questionable content. For children of our age. I want to say Defender of the Crown. Didn't that have, like... I want to say you could rescue the damsel, and then she would, like, disrobe, and you could see, like, the top of her butt cheeks or something.
It's possible.
But yeah, Samantha Fox Strip Poker was definitely the one that was the most blatant.
Really, that's the worst part of the butt cheeks.
The top butt?
The top.
That's just crack. I can, I can hire a plumber and get the same effect.
What about movies?
Okay.
Any movie?
I do have some movies that I thought of. Besides the fact that when we were young, I remember doing the thing where you would go to the channel where you knew HBO.
You remember doing the thing?
I do remember. When you would go to the channel where HBO should be if you paid for HBO, and it was all the fuzz.
Oh, yeah.
But if you moved the antenna just right, you could kind of catch a glimpse, maybe, that looked like a leg. That could have been half a boob.
You were really hard up, weren't you?
That's why I was looking.
Wow.
But other than that, I remember us going to the local video store, Bigelow Video, which was down the street, and us conning our mother into letting us rent really crappy, cheesy 80s horror movies, which I'm sure we shouldn't have been watching.
Right.
At a young age, but we somehow convinced her that they weren't that bad. Because, she wasn't going to watch it or double check it with us.
She was fairly inattentive to us.
Yeah, exactly. Things like, I remember a movie, House.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and Critters.
I remember the really stupid 80s comedies that were all, like, in the Porky's vein. Like Ski School and all that stuff, where it's just, like, horrible movies, but there is probably a good 2 minutes worth of boob.
Man, if you look back at the 80s, you would think that, like, ski lodges are just the sluttiest places on the planet. There was just constant, business going down at the ski resorts. And then I remember the one I remember the most out of those horror movies, those cheap ones, was Ghoulies. Do you remember Ghoulies?
I remember not liking that at all. As a young, impressionable boy, I was scared.
They were just the cheapest looking little rubbery puppets. But it was fairly. I mean, by today's standards, it's nothing. But back then, when one of those ghoulies would pop out of the toilet while the dude was taking a poop and, like, eat his butt. That was pretty inappropriate for us to be watching.
Yeah. Oh, so, the 80s.
Yeah. I mean, it's all, old 80s PC games and crappy horror movies.
What are you going to do the first time you catch your daughters hiding something from you?
Is that something daughters do that much, or is that just a boy thing? I don't know.
Man, I'm screwed then, huh?
Yeah, your kid's you're gonna find some stuff. And these days, I mean, the stuff that the kids are gonna be looking for, light years beyond the crap that we were doing. I mean, yeah, he's just got to spend like 4 seconds on Google, and he's got a plethora of disgusting content.
I'm pretty sure that's not how you say that word.
A plethora?
Yeah.
A plethora.
We're going back to Reed Bar again territory right now.
It's not plethora. It's plethora.
Well,
Sticking to it.
Jonny Casino has effectively made me regret a lot of my childhood
Mm-hmm.
and realize that I was kind of a bastard, but more so you.
And then I taught you.
You taught me how to be a bastard,
I taught you how to be a bastard.
and here I
You're
am.
welcome. You're welcome, people.
So if
I
you'd
guess
like
that's
to make
gonna
us
do
feel
it.
bad
Yeah.
about ourselves, you can email us at megadadsblog@gmail.com.
Please do. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel if by chance you are watching this and have yet to do so. We would love to have you as a subscriber. Then you'll never miss one. You'll never miss intellectually stimulating conversations such as this.
Such as rubber puppets eating guys' butts.
We're classy.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you next time. Megadad's bonus level.